Fact: 70% of corporate digital transformations fail. Often, leadership teams sit around boardroom tables, convinced they have years to plot out upgrades, until an external shock shatters that timeline. A major reason for this failure rate is a widespread misunderstanding of what transformation actually requires. Many organizations treat cloud infrastructure or new enterprise software like a magic lamp. They believe simply purchasing the tech will automatically grant their wishes and fix deep-seated operational flaws. This leads to a phenomenon known as digital lipstick. It looks nice on the surface, but nothing has changed underneath. Giving an iPad to a notoriously slow waiter does not speed up the kitchen. Building a sleek mobile app for loan applications is useless if the final step still requires the customer to print, sign, and mail a physical piece of paper. There is an ironclad rule in process architecture. If you digitize a broken process, you have simply created a broken digital process. The friction remains, it just costs more to maintain. Escaping this trap requires letting go of superficial surface upgrades. To actually survive, an organization has to strip its operations down to the studs and rely on proven architectural frameworks to guide a comprehensive structural rebuild. Before a company can effectively deploy technology outward to its customers, it has to align its internal architecture. The McKinsey 7S framework models exactly how an organization operates internally. This framework divides the business into two categories. Hard elements like strategy, hierarchy, and systems are highly visible and easy to mandate. Conversely, soft elements like core values, management style, and staff capabilities are organic and notoriously difficult to alter. This graphic displays the McKinsey Digital Quotient, or DQ, which measures an organization's maturity across four major outcomes. It evaluates a company based on its strategy, culture, organization, and capabilities, mapping those hard and soft elements to a concrete score. When we look at this chart comparing typical maturity scores, a clear problem emerges. The strategy score sits high at 85%, indicating executives know what they want to do. But the culture score drags behind at a failing 45%. This discrepancy points to an uncomfortable truth. Culture regularly defeats strategy. If leadership refuses to invest in upskilling their workforce and fostering the psychological safety needed to freely experiment, the staff will simply reject even the most expensive technological systems. Once internal alignment is secure, a business must figure out its external positioning within the broader digital economy. To navigate this, architects use the MIT CISR digital business model. This matrix maps four strategic choices. Top quadrant, omnichannel companies own customer relationships, and ecosystem drivers orchestrate entire markets. Bottom quadrant, suppliers lack direct customer ties, facing margin pressure, while modular producers build specialized plug-and-play components for any platform. Identifying which quadrant your business currently occupies and which one it intends to move toward is a required first step. If you misdiagnosed your position, you risk spending millions building out omni-channel capabilities for a market that expects a modular producer. With a destination selected, leadership needs a reliable way to track their structural progress over time. This is where digital maturity models come in, functioning much like diagnostic imaging for corporate infrastructure. This infographic breaks down the TM Forum digital maturity model, which evaluates an organization across 5 specific dimensions: customer, strategy, technology, operations, and organization and culture. It forces leadership to examine everything from engagement channels to the modularity of their code. Moving the needle on those dimensions requires concrete action. This Deloitte matrix details 7 specific digital pivots that propel an organization forward, emphasizing actions like achieving data mastery to eliminate silos and implementing intelligent workflows that automate routine tasks. Applying these models allows project managers to quickly pinpoint the exact operational blockages causing an initiative to stall, rather than guessing why a new rollout isn't working. However, any forward momentum is heavily restricted by technical debt. This is the accumulative cost of decades of poor IT decisions, taking the form of 20-year-old ERP systems, heavily siloed databases, and custom code that current employees no longer know how to fix. To calculate an organization's true ability to adapt, you divide their total digital capability by the weight of their legacy debt. Even with a massive budget and high-end talent, A company burdened by outdated infrastructure will remain stuck in place. This brings us to the final structural pillar: governance and risk. While the goal of a technological upgrade is operational speed, implementing ethical AI frameworks and rigorous cybersecurity protocols acts as a high-performance braking system. You need strong brakes so you can drive fast safely. True evolution requires acknowledging that buying software licenses is a procurement task, not a strategic shift. Transforming a business is a thorough, structural rewiring of corporate DNA, demanding strict adherence to these proven frameworks. Organizations have a narrow window to architect this rebuild. If they choose to ignore the structural rot and rely on superficial fixes, they will share the fate of any organism that fails to adapt to its environment.